film was created to honor the recently deceased footballer. Listen to the story of Diogo Jota, the footballer who left us too soon. Diogo José Teixeira da Silva was born on December 4th, 1996, in the Massarelos district of Porto, Portugal. From an early age, he played football on local pitches with his brother, André Silva. However, it was Diogo who attracted the attention of the coaches. His brother had a great influence on Jota's development. He was his training partner and contributed greatly to his development. Both joined Gondomar SC at the beginning of their football careers. When Jota joined Gondomar, he was only 8 years old, but even then the coaches saw great potential in him and called him a boy with an instinct for the game. What distinguished him from his peers was his commitment and passion for playing football. After school, instead of playing on the computer, he went out on the pitch. From the very beginning, Jota competed with older players in Gondomar, which forced him to learn faster. Jota developed in the local club's academy for 8 years. In recent seasons, he was clearly above the level of his peers, which did not allow him to develop. At the age of 16, he joined Paços de Ferreira. It was a huge step forward for him because this club played in the Primeira Liga at that time. Jota immediately made a huge impression. Despite playing with older players, he still stood out on the pitch. He had not only an incredible technique, but above all, a great mentality. He was always focused and strived for a set goal. On the pitch, he had an instinct for scoring goals and understood the game very well. Just a year after joining the club, he made his debut in the first team. It took place on the 19th of October, 2014. He was 17 years old then and was one of the youngest players in the league. At that time, he also made his debut in the Portuguese national team under 19, in which he did great. In 9 matches. He scored 5 goals. The club already knew that he would be a great player one day. However, they wanted to introduce him to the team calmly, which is why he played very little. Only at the end of the 2014 to 2015 season did he start matches regularly in the first team. In these matches, he showed what he was capable of. In 5 matches, he scored 2 goals and recorded 2 assists. The real breakthrough was the next season. Diogo Jota became a key player for Paços. When he was only 18, he scored 14 goals in 34 league matches playing as a winger. These statistics began to attract the attention of big clubs from Europe. In March 2016, for around 7 million, he joined Atletico Madrid, from which he was immediately loaned to FC Porto. This was an important time. Among others, he met his best friend Ruben Neves. At that time, his brother André Silva also joined the Porto Academy. In Porto, Diogo regularly started matches on the bench. Despite this, it was an important season for him. He made his debut in the Champions League and also scored his first goal in this competition in a 5-0 win against Leicester City. Another important moment this season was his hat-trick against Nacional. At the time, the 19-year-old Jota was also playing for the Portuguese national team under 21. His loan to FC Porto ended, but Atletico decided to loan him out again, this time to Wolverhampton Wanderers, who were then playing in the championship. At that time, he became best friends with Ruben Neves. The still young Portuguese became a very important player in this club. Jota became the favorite of coach Nuno Espírito Santo, who knew him from his time at FC Porto. Diogo Jota is a player who gives the team intensity and quality in the final third. He has everything you expect from a modern offensive player. The coach had reason to think so about Diogo because he played 44 matches this season, scoring 17 goals and noting 5 assists. It was thanks to him that Wolverhampton won the championship and after a 6-year absence, advanced to the Premier League. Nuno Espírito Santo needed Diogo Jota for a team that would play in the Premier League, so Wolverhampton bought the Portuguese from Atletico Madrid for around 14 million euros. It was a great transfer for both the player and the club, and to this day, Jota is considered one of the best transfers of this club. Jota, just like in the previous season, was a key player in the club. He played 37 matches, scoring 10 goals and notching 7 assists. However, he is best remembered for the hat-trick he scored against Leicester City. Wolverhampton won this match 4-3, and the last goal was scored by Diogo Jota in the 95th minute of the match. It was the most emotional match of my career. I will never forget the atmosphere and the feeling after the third goal, said the Portuguese just after the end of the match. Wolverhampton finished this season in 7th place, which guaranteed them participation in the Europa League next season. For this season, he was appreciated by the Portuguese coach and was called up to the national team. Made his debut in the Euro 2020 qualifiers against Lithuania on November 14, 2019. I had a poster of Cristiano above my bed as a child, and now we were playing together. It was surreal. In his third season at the English club, he showed himself brilliantly, especially in the Europa League, where despite being eliminated in the quarterfinals, Jota managed to score 8 goals, including 2 hat-tricks. In the Premier League, he was irregular, but still played brilliantly, but it wasn't the same as last season. Despite this, Jurgen Klopp noticed him and said he would be a great addition to his team, and so he moved to Liverpool for €45 million. He has now been given the legendary number 20, for which he is remembered. Jota scored his first goal for the Reds on his debut, just a few minutes after coming off the bench in the match against Arsenal, and over time he began to get more and more minutes. An important moment was scoring a hat-trick against Atlanta in the Champions League match. It's unbelievable how quickly he adapted. He can play in any position up front, and his movement without the ball is something that can't be taught, said Jurgen Klopp in November 2020. Unfortunately, he suffered an injury shortly afterwards that ruled him out for over 2 months. Despite this, he scored 13 goals this season, but Liverpool haven't won anything important. This season, he also scored the first goal for Portugal in the UEFA Nations League match against Croatia. He also went to Euro 2020, which was very poor in Portugal's performance. However, it was a valuable experience for him because he was a key player in the national team. In the 2021/2022 season, he has already become a key player for Liverpool, playing 55 games throughout the season. He also contributed to winning the first trophies in his career. His 2 goals against Arsenal allowed Liverpool to advance to the final of the Carabao Cup, which Liverpool eventually won. They also won the FA Cup this season. Despite this, Liverpool players were very dissatisfied after the season because they lost in the Champions League final with Real Madrid, and also, they took second place in the Premier League with only 1 point less than City. Unfortunately, the next season was the worst moment in his career due to injuries. He missed not only a lot of matches, but also did not go to the World Cup in Qatar. It's one of the most painful disappointments in my career. I worked for this my whole life. In April, Jota returned to form, scoring 4 goals in 2 matches. He came back, and in great style. "We needed this Jota. Hungry, fast, ruthless," said Jurgen Klopp. Jota returned for the new season with great scoring form in 31 matches, scored 14 goals, scoring a goal on average every 133 minutes. However, as you can see, he played few of these matches because he was again hit by injuries which ruled him out for some time. After the end of the season, Jurgen Klopp left the club and Arne Slot came in his place. During this time, Euro 2024 also took place, in which Portugal failed again, and Diogo Jota was a reserve. I don't play as much as I would like, but I'm here to help the team, whether from the bench or from the first minute. After the Euro, he returned to the club where Arne Slot made Liverpool an unbeatable club. They won the English Championship and the English Super Cup. Jota was amazing this season, playing 41 matches, scoring 18 goals and making 6 assists. It was time for a well-deserved rest. On June 22nd, Diogo Jota married his longtime partner, with whom he had 3 children. Unfortunately, on July 3rd, he had a car accident in which he died along with his brother. The entire football world was plunged into mourning, paying tribute to the deceased brothers. Remember, those who live in human memory do not die. Write in the comments about which player to make the next video. Leave a subscription so you don't miss the next episodes.